Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 886th day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 577,060 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number, which has not been independently verified, 1,190 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 25 tanks, 38 armored combat vehicles, 46 artillery systems, 1 multiple launch rocket system, 27 drones, 53 vehicles and 6 pieces of special equipment. Germany announced a new military aid package for Ukraine. The Russians launched 117 combat clashes and carried out 82 airstrikes, including 91 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 459 kamikaze drones and carried out 3,467 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the UK's Ministry of Defence reports Russian forces have been steadily advancing in central Donetsk Oblast in July 2024. They have captured several villages and are nearing the important town of Pokrovsk. Despite these gains, Russia's overall military capability is hindered by heavy losses, insufficient training, and a shortage of officers. While they are expected to continue making tactical progress in the coming weeks, their ability for larger-scale operations remains limited. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. The U.S. Department of Defense announced on July 29 the provision of security assistance to Ukraine worth $200 million from the authorization of a Presidential Drawdown Authority package and an additional package worth $1.5 billion in Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative funds. The Kremlin is intensifying its efforts to codify desired behavioral norms within Russia by cracking down against undesirable behavior in the Russian information space and within migrant communities. The Kremlin is likely attempting to establish prominent standards of acceptable and unacceptable behavior among populations within Russia whose behavior has recently threatened the Kremlin. Much of the Russian information space response to the recent Tuareg insurgent ambush of a Wagner group in northern Mali coalesced around the suggestion that the Russian MOD will seek to benefit from Wagner losses, highlighting the continued distrust between the Russian MOD and both the Wagner group in the Sahel and pro-Wagner commentators. Ukrainian drones struck Russian energy and utility infrastructure in Oryol, Voronezh, and Belgorod oblasts on the night of July 28 to 29. The Russian government continues to take legislative steps to use migrants and newly naturalized citizens to fulfill Russian military personnel needs. Russian forces recently made confirmed advances northeast of Kharkiv city, in Vovchansk, near Avdiivka, and southwest of Donetsk city. In Zelensky's nightly address he spoke about 3 key areas. Firstly, visits to Kharkiv and Poltava regions. He visited the Kharkiv and Poltava regions, focusing on community restoration and engagement with local enterprises. In Kharkiv, he discussed security and energy issues, particularly preparing for winter and enhancing air defense to protect against Russian strikes. Secondly, Special Operations Forces Commendation. He celebrated the professional holiday of the Special Operations Forces, praising their critical role in Ukraine's defense since 2014, including significant battles and operations in occupied territories. He highlighted their contributions from the battle for Donetsk airport to recent engagements. Lastly, support for Ukrainian enterprises. In Poltava, he met with entrepreneurs and workers under the Made in Ukraine platform, emphasizing support for defense industries and local business initiatives. He announced new government contracts to bolster domestic production, both military and civilian, to help Ukraine withstand ongoing challenges. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.